Hey guys, what's up? So it is Friday the 9th of March. Welcome back to another video, and today I am just driving off to the gym for my second leg session of the week. This session features the infamous deadlift. So very, dare I say, anxious, because you're not really allowed to say anxious in this day and age without saying like you're taking the piss out of people that have anxiety problems. But I feel a little anxious. It is an emotion as well as an emotional disorder. So I feel a little bit anxious about today's numbers and what I'm going to be able to achieve. Deadlifts have been feeling like a little bit, like meh. You know, when you go in, they just don't feel as good as they should do. That's what deadlifts have been feeling like recently. And I honestly think it was the combination of situating my rack pull day so close to my actual deadlift day that I just wasn't having enough time to rest up and be recovered for it, which is obviously the peak importance when you're looking to progress a deadlift, is trying to sorry, I'm just trying to pull out of a junction, no one let me go. So yeah, it's obviously of optimal importance to try and get everything situated throughout the week so that we can have the ability to recover and attack moves without feeling like we're, you know, our form's going to break down or our ability to stay tight is going to break down. So that's something that I'll obviously be looking to do, and I do think that this week hopefully I've nailed it. We'll soon find out when I get in there, but hopefully I've nailed it. My week itself has been going well. My body weight's come up to whole new levels. It's like, I think honestly the reason why my body weight sort of took a nice little jump this week, the reality was I introduced some new foods like the wraps, which you may have seen in my story, sweet potato wraps, which actually have like quite a high salt content. My diet doesn't really, apart from salting my meals, I very rarely eat breads, pastas and things like that contain potentially higher sodium levels through just the carbohydrates. And obviously my body weight took a little bit of an upwards jump as a result of that. But the reality is, guys, when you're looking at body weight gain, you've really got to look in the mirror more frequently than you do, because guaranteed a lot of people will put too much weight in what they weigh as opposed to how they look. I took photos yesterday and I actually think that I looked way better slash not that happy in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, what I mean is I don't look at the moment like I'm holding that 24/7 off-season fullness, which I know is achievable, and I just simply don't think that I'm at a point or a capacity on my carbohydrate intake yet. It's not to mean that I need to increase them now, because I'm big on being patient this off-season. I was having chats with my friend Callum Raystrick, and we were talking about how past off-seasons we've just increased food for the hell of it, and increased food just because, and it doesn't do us any good, because one of our biggest tools when we're gaining is our appetite. If our appetite starts to diminish, we're therefore in a weakened position to make further progress, because our ability to make progress at the end of the day is determined by how much we can eat, how much we can put in our body, how much we can fuel sessions. So if you lose the ability to be able to fuel sessions, you're not going to make the progress you want to see. So that's something big that I'm doing this off season, is backing down when I need to in terms of making caloric adjustments and making sure that every change I make has some thought process behind it. Why am I increasing food? Okay, cool. There's a reason behind it, you know? So there always should be a reasoning behind your caloric adjustments, whether it's up or down. So really happy about sort of where I'm at. I just think that I need to keep ticking away and see how the next sort of month unfolds. I expect that within 2 months I should be seeing solid 170 weigh-ins, given that my body weight is now in the mid 160s. I reckon within 2 months I'll be in the 170s solidly, and that tends to be where I perform a lot of my most productive work, you know. I'm already stronger than I was in my off season on quite a few moves, but there's some things that are still quite far behind. My rack pulls are at the strongest they've ever been. My seated dumbbell shoulder press, strongest it's ever been. Incline dumbbell press, pretty close to where it's been its strongest. And what about squat? Squat's way off. But the reality is I'm high bar squatting still. Whether I want to low bar or not, I'm not too sure. Whether I want to sort of maybe see if I can get strong across, you know, the squat and maybe a bench press and a deadlift, maybe. But the reality is I'm so obsessed with the idea of just getting bigger and building my physique from a hypertrophy perspective that I'm not really too game about doing powerlifting meets or anything like that. The only thing that does warrant a powerlifting meet is the fact that you get an extra community out of it. I'll build extra knowledge, and I'll be able to compete in something, which for me is quite a big thing. I find it difficult not to have a competitive aspect of my life and something to drive towards. When I was, you know, doing the bodybuilding shows all of last year, it was like, I know what I need to do to be competitive, and I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm gonna fucking do it. But now I'm in an off season, it's harder to conceive the long-term goal, which is obviously stepping on stage in approximately 2 years' time. And that's a long time away. It will fly by, but in a sense, it's a long time away. So, it's a weird process, the off season. You've really got to be quite determined to make it count when you realize how much the days count. When you add them all up, you add up all the productive days that you've had, and therefore your result in the progress that you want to see in your physique. So for me, that's the goal at the moment, is just continue to add days up, add up days. If I cannot add up, you know, 600 days of perfect gaining, I'll for sure be in a nice situation when it comes to prep again. But yeah, I'm just off now. I'm pretty much just arriving at the gym at Platinum, so I'll be training with Brad today. Brad Jukowski, I think that's how we pronounce his surname. He's a client of mine and also a very close friend. I've got very close to Brad over the last sort of, I think, 5-6 months of coaching him, maybe less. He's a good lad. He's looking awesome. He's dropped down actually quite fast, more significantly so than I thought he would, given the small minor caloric changes that we've made over the course of his prep so far. And he's got so far to go. We'll probably have to slow him down at some point, to be honest, because he's rocking on all cylinders at the moment. So that's really good. But I've got all my check-ins done today. It's about 3 p.m, so I'm training a bit later than usual. More meals in, so I'm really fueled up for this one. And yeah, I got all my check-ins done, so when I get home, it's literally just about getting in and chilling out. And I spoke to a few of my clients today saying about, you know, what I do post-workout, and I actually sometimes just go for a brief walk around my neighborhood, and I put on either a podcast or some classical music, no shit, and really helps me chill out. So yeah, just pulling up now. I will speak to you guys in a bit, and I'll take some clips of the session. Let's go. Okay, mate, come on. Head on. Push the ball into the back of the seat. Keep the ball into the back of the seat like this. Nice. Control the eccentric like forcefully control it. Good. Yeah. Nice. Come on, get that fucking hole. Let's go. Yep. Come on! Good. Come on. in, get out. Come on, come on. Good man. Nice.
Drive it, come on. Out. Good, come on, come on. Work for these, let's go. Get out, come on, get it up. Good. Again.
Stay with me, Rod.
Let's go. Drive, come on, you. Get it. Good man, good.
Nice. Take your time. Nice. Accuracy. Yep. Nice. Bit more there, mate. Goes into the floor. Yes, come on! Get out! Good, there's another. It's a hard one, but have it. Come on. Stay true out the hole. Get it, get it, get it, come on! Come on! In the book.
There, go. Stay connected, come on. There. Good. Go. Sit the tank, come on. Out. Good. Same. Let's go. Drive. Good. These three. Uppercut. Good. Big. Go. Come on. Get out. Come on. Hey! There. Good. Come on. Again. Big foot now. Come on. Again. Come on. Stop. Go. Drive. Come on. Left.
Yo guys, so I thought I'd add the finishing clips to this video via the webcam because my phone's just being pain in the ass. But yeah, oh my god, leg session was off the charts good. I've been pinned to the sofa ever since. So I trained with my man Brad, as I mentioned in the initial car chat. So that was really, really good. We get on really, really well, and we obviously bring out good intensity in each other. Made a bit of a post about sort of intensity again on Instagram. I think this time I just sort of breeded it as a little bit of a, I don't know, I put it in a bit of a different way. I think the last time I talked about intensity, I was like, you have to do this. When in reality, we know you don't have to. You don't have to do those sets where you finish and you're pinned to the machine. You don't have to do those sets. It's a choice. No one's forcing you to do it. So I just think that I maybe worded it a bit better this time. Hopefully people understand it a little bit more. But yeah, other than that, I ate my post-workout meal, which was 2 bagels, I think 125 grams of ground rice, and 250 grams of egg whites. So it's like 220, 230 grams of carbs in just that meal. And then I've got to eat again pretty much now. So it becomes a chore, to be honest. It becomes a chore, all the eating. I've never had to eat this much food to sort of, get my body weight heading in the right direction. But I can't complain, can I really? You can't complain about things like this. But hopefully you're enjoying the videos, guys. Obviously, any questions or queries that you have for me, let me know. It's a really good response to the first ones. And really, I love making them. I love just chatting to the camera in the car. It's so easy and simple to make them. It takes 0 editing. As you can see, I don't edit anything in these. I just chop up the clips, and I don't edit anything that I say in the car or like this. I won't edit any of this. It's just point and shoot. So, hope you like them. Like I said, any questions, let me know. My plans for tomorrow are an upper body session, so for sure I'll be vlogging again tomorrow. When I will get it up, I'm not sure, purely because check-ins are just mad over the weekends. They were mad today. I spent all morning just checking. But I love what I do, and I can't complain about being busy. So, hope you guys are good. Hope you're having a good weekend, or gonna have a good weekend. Hope you got some cool plans, and we'll speak soon. Cheers, guys. In a bit. Bye.